Implementing a token economy. Our scenario is the Great Opportunities Career Services and Day program. The program currently has 200 clients enrolled in both the day and career services programs. Our main focus is to increase attendance and participation in the life skills classes offered by the facility. The intervention that our group chose was a token economy system, and the tokens in the token economy that will be established in the facility can be exchanged for reinforcing activities and items to encourage individuals to participate in the daily life skills classes that are essential to their development. Our group members include Jessica E. She lives in Park City, Utah, and is currently pursuing her MA in special education with an emphasis in autism studies. She has an undergraduate degree in recreational therapy and is a board certified CTRS. She currently works in an early intervention cases with children 3 to 9 years old in their homes and in schools. She is working towards sitting for her BCBA certification in hopes of consulting within the same population. Jessica was responsible for the training methods and materials portion of this consultation project. Our next member is Jessica L. She lives in Toms River, New Jersey, and is currently pursuing an MA in ABA. She works as a program manager for an agency that provides services for adults with intellectual disabilities, mental illness, and dual diagnosis. Following graduation and passing the BCBA exam, she plans to continue working with adults. Jessica was responsible for the expanded proposal portion of this consultation project. Our next member is Jessie. She lives in Thibodaux, Louisiana. After completing this term, she will have 4 classes left and is expecting to graduate in the summer of 2018. She currently works as a lead therapist in a center setting, working with clients, training and mentoring new therapists, and facilitating basic parent training. Jessie was responsible for the ABA guideline portion of this consultation project. Our next member is Brittany. She lives in Gonzales, Louisiana, and is pursuing her MA in special education with an emphasis in autism studies. She works as an assistant supervisor in both center and home-based settings. Her job duties consist of program updating, working with clients, and assisting therapists. Brittany was responsible for the introduction portion of this consultation project. Our final member is Andrew. He's currently pursuing his MA in Applied Behavior Analysis. His plan is to graduate after the spring of 2018 semester. Andrew is currently working as a behavior specialist for an organization that serves adults with developmental disabilities in residential and vocational settings. He has been in this position for the past 7 years, and before that, he worked as a direct care professional in the residential setting and a teacher's assistant in the secondary education program of a school for students with developmental disabilities and brain injuries. Andrew was responsible for the intervention materials and data collection procedures portion of this consultation project.
Description of training materials. The programs will be using various materials within the training. A token economy will be used to establish a set of occurrences of behavior to reach reinforcement. The tokens will vary depending on the participant, but the amount of occurrences to reach reinforcement will stay the same among the group. There will be behavior contracts for each individual to hold them accountable for their participation within the program. Instructors will sign the contract as witness to hold each individual accountable for participation. ABA guidelines will also be used to explain the research behind a token economy and how it will be implemented. Description of training methods. These programs will incorporate using a token economy to motivate participants to attend life skills classes provided at Great Opportunities Career Services and Day program. Tokens will be given upon arrival at the life skills class and added to a chart for reinforcement. Upon completion of a certain amount of days of attendance, the participant will be rewarded with reinforcement. Reinforcement will be determined based on a preference assessment that is completed at the beginning of the first session. Participants will collect tokens to be exchanged for their preferred method of reinforcement, thus providing a means of motivation to attend classes. As participants continue to attend the life skills classes, the token economy will be faded and the skills learned will replace the need for a reinforcer. The token economy will be used as long as there is a need for attendance.
So for an overview of the research of token economy systems, we'll start off by defining it. A token economy is a method for changing a behavior that involves trading in earned tokens in order to receive a preferred item or activity. Research suggests that token economies can be successful for a wide variety of participants and across multiple settings. A few examples of the population that token economies are effective for include children to the elderly, typical people with exceptional people, and across educational settings, psychiatric facilities, rehab clinics, and job training sites. There are several advantages of a token economy system, including that tokens are portable. Tokens can be delivered quickly and discreetly. Earning preferred items or activities may be motivating for the participants. Are effective for both individuals and groups, and customization of the token economy system is easy. According to Ivy and colleagues, there are 6 required components for implementing a token economy system. The first is to choose a target behavior, and you want to make sure that it is specific, clear to everyone involved, and measurable. The second component is to identify physical tokens to be used, like tickets, stamps, or money vouchers. The tokens used need to be valued in order for them to be effective. And so to do this, you would provide a token paired with a small preferred item, or you can pair tokens with a reminder of their value. So for example, you can say, remember, when you get 5 tokens, you get to go to the store. The third component is to identify the actual preferred items and activities that can be purchased with the tokens, either by formally surveying or informally just asking for ideas. The fourth component is to decide on a schedule for delivering tokens. So it could be on every occurrence of a response, on a set number of responses, or based on a time period. The fifth component is to decide when exchanges will be available. And that exchange schedule can be a set time period or when a number of tokens have been earned. The costs of preferred items and activities need to be identified in terms of the tokens. The items and activities can be priced equally or can be individually priced. The success of a token economy system can be determined by collecting data and graphing it. And that data should be reviewed very regularly to make changes as needed. Sample materials for implementing a token economy will vary depending on the resources that are available, the participants, and the convenience factors for those implementing the system. So on the left-hand side, you'll see a sample token, which is just a roll of tickets. And on the right side, you'll see a sample purchase list.
Agency implementation plan. The setting is Great Opportunities Day program. The agency provides services to 200 adults with significant disabilities. The age range of the participants is 21 to retirement. Most of the participants have a diagnosis of intellectual disability, and the majority have a diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder. In terms of staffing, there are 75 total employees available for use with implementation. There's also a behavior supports team, which includes a full-time BCBA and 4 full-time RBTs. There's also supporting staff that include 2 assistant directors, 30 job and life coaches, 20 teachers, 3 speech therapists, 10 assistants, and a psychologist. There's a need for change because the agency has been cited for a lack of skills acquisition. And there's also been a mandate to increase opportunity for life skills acquisition. Current practices include that only 10% of the clients regularly attend the life skills classes. And the current program focus is recreation, leisure, career services, and job training. The token economy will address the problem because it's easy to implement and works with a large group. The tokens are discrete. The system allows for varied reinforcers, and reinforcers can be tailored to individuals through a preference assessment. The plan for implementation includes educating all support staff prior to implementation. And the facility is able to provide the intervention because they offer 6 hours of service provided each day, on average 5 days a week. The ratio of adults to instructors is 1 to 10. The ratio of adults to assistants is 1 to 20. The ratio of job and life coaches to adults is on average 1 to 7. And the intervention is geared to work on any size group, and the staffing is adequate, and staff are going to be trained prior to implementation. The tier strategy for the token economy is a tier 1 intervention because it's geared to address 90% of a group that does not attend the life skills classes. And also, it does not require any specialization for the intervention. Funding streams include the startup material cost, which is approximately $1,000. Inexpensive reinforcers are going to be utilized to reduce the costs. Current resources are going to be used for initial setup, and a grant proposal is going to be completed to provide maintenance funds. The current resources of the program include funding that would be moved from under budget programs for initial startup costs. The tokens can be reused and unused materials can be allocated to different programs as needed. And no changes would be needed to the agency policy.
Intervention methods. A preference assessment will be conducted by the staff with all the clients at the program to determine what items will be used for the token economy. To motivate the staff, gotcha cards will be given to the staff when they are observed modeling appropriate behavior for the clients. Gotcha cards can be entered into a raffle for a big prize once a month. And the more gotcha cards staff enter, the better the chances they have to win. Data collection. Each day the client attends a life skills and training class, they will receive a token. Each class, the client participates and completes all the activities presented in the class, they will receive a token. Tokens can be used to purchase items from the mock store in the program. What do the tokens get you? Tokens can be exchanged for items from the store in the program. The suggestion box will allow for requests for new items that aren't at the store. Only tokens can get items from the store. So if you don't earn tokens, you don't get to go to the store. Attendance to the life skills classes. Instructor will take attendance every class. As the class attendance increases, the class can earn special activities, and the client must be in attendance to earn the special activities. The data collection in the class. Data recording will be used partial interval recording for appropriate life skills behaviors for each client during the life skills classes. Staff will circle Y for yes if the target behavior occurs during that interval at least one time. Staff will circle N for no if the target behavior did not occur during that interval. The staff will write their initials during each interval that they are working with the targeted client, and staff will write the total occurrences of yes that occur during each class. Treatment fidelity of the program. Inter-observer agreement data will be recorded on a weekly basis. The instructor of the course will choose a staff member each week and record IOA data during their session. The staff member will rotate from week to week, and the instructor will inform the staff of the results after their observation. IOA data will be calculated by taking the number of intervals of agreement, dividing that by the total number of intervals, and multiplying that by 100.